Frederick II the Great was born in Berlin into the Prussian royal family. From childhood, he received a strict military upbringing, but secretly admired philosophy, music, and French literature, dreaming of another destiny. As king, Frederick II the Great turned Prussia into a European power through reforms and wars that strengthened its influence. He supported the arts and philosophy and was a friend of Voltaire. He was called the philosopher on the throne. Despite a stern nature, Frederick remained a passionate lover of music, composing flute sonatas and playing for those close to him. They say he dreamed of leaving behind not just military glory, but also a cultural legacy that became a symbol of an age of reason and strength. Lucrezia de Medici was born in Florence into the powerful Medici dynasty. From childhood, she was raised at court amid art and political intrigue. At a young age, she was married to Alfonso II d'Este, Duke of Ferrara, strengthening dynastic ties. Her marriage became a symbol of political calculation, yet Lucrezia suffered from loneliness and court rumors. Her early death gave rise to legends, inspiring poets and artists. They say the sorrow of Florence was reflected in her eyes. The Duchess's fate left its mark on history as an image of innocence sacrificed to dynastic ambition. Portraits and poems dedicated to her still remind us of the price of power and the fragility of a young soul. Mademoiselle de La Force was a French writer and lady-in-waiting, part of the literary circle at the court of Louis XIV. Born into a noble Protestant family, she later converted to Catholicism, which helped her gain favor at court. Her pen became famous for magical tales, the most notable being the story of Bluebeard. La Force skillfully blended courtly intrigues with a world of fantasy and allegory, creating an enchanting atmosphere. In her letters she wrote, "The world is ruled not by kings, but by words." Her works were read at court, discussed in salons over hot chocolate, revealing glimpses of society and the secrets of the human heart. Jacob van Wassenaer Obdam was born in the early 17th century and belonged to the noble Wassenaer family. At first, he served in the army, but then moved to the navy, proving himself a brave and determined commander. As an admiral, Jacob commanded the Dutch fleet during the Second Anglo-Dutch War. His leadership style combined strictness with care for sailors. He was called the Admiral of Honor and Stubbornness. He died tragically in the 4 days battle when his flagship exploded. They said that before the last fight, he sensed disaster yet did not retreat. Historians still debate whether it was accident or intrigue, but his memory lives on as a symbol of courage and duty. Catherine of Genoa was born into the noble Fieschi family in Genoa. Raised from childhood in faith and service to others, her youth was overshadowed by an unhappy marriage and inner struggle. Only after a profound spiritual awakening did she discover her true calling, dedicating herself to prayer and compassion. After her conversion, Catherine devoted herself to caring for the poor and sick, led a hospital, and guided others in faith. She was called a living flame of love that both warms and burns. She wrote of mystical union with God, and her revelations inspired generations. Even after death, her image remains a symbol of repentance, compassion, and spiritual strength, reminding us that light can emerge from the deepest darkness. Vittoria Accoramboni was born into a Roman noble family known for its connections and ambitions. From an early age, she was noted for her beauty and intelligence, drawing attention at court. Her fate became entwined with dangerous intrigues and power struggles, which foretold her tragic end. Her life was full of scandals, marriages, and loud accusations of greed and seduction. After her husband's murder, Vittoria found herself at the center of political games and fell victim to revenge. They said her beauty was a sword that cut through destinies. Accoramboni's story inspired playwrights and artists, leaving behind the image of a femme fatale who captivated and destroyed the hearts of the mighty. Her name still symbolizes the dangerous blend of beauty and power. Olof Dalin was a Swedish writer, poet, and historian of the Enlightenment. Born in Halmstad to a priest's family, he showed literary talent early. He graduated from Uppsala University, where he developed an interest in rhetoric and history. He entered history as the author of the satirical journal, then Svenska Argus, a symbol of modern Swedish prose. His pen was called a sword, sharp but fair. Dalin contributed to language reform, seeking to make Swedish clearer and livelier. He was close to the royal family, but later faced criticism and exile. Despite this, his works are still studied as an example of Enlightenment thought and civic courage. Michel Baron was born in Paris to actors of the Hôtel de Bourgogne. After losing his parents early, he joined Molière's troupe as a child actor, quickly becoming known for his talent and expressive delivery. Baron became one of the greatest tragic and comic actors of his time, performing at the Comédie Française. He also wrote plays, bringing life and depth to French theater. He was called the heir to Molière's spirit. His long artistic journey spanned eras of change, and his style combined nobility and simplicity. In old age, Baron returned to the stage, winning the respect of a new audience and becoming a living legend of theater.